live. I believe we're now live.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
I have my doubts.
How are you?
We're good. How are you?
Excellent. A little bit tired of all the shenanigans on the weekend and the snowstorm that we caught driving back home. Lots of car accidents. Thankfully, Canadian, we have our winter tires and the car ready to drive on snow.
Yeah.
But yeah, not everybody can pull off a snowstorm drive in the middle of nowhere. So,
That's a skill.
It was funny to see everyone's stories of like, oh, I'm spending another night in Philly, and I went, okay. So
we drove back home.
Everyone is snowed in Philly.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad actually. We had worse.
Okay.
It was slippery, I would say, because we are used to the government, the cleaning service to put salt, like those ones. The drive was kind of different from the drive that we get here. So there was no salt and no cleaning. So that was exciting. It was hard actually. The wind was really hard, but we managed. We arrived home before Monday, so not a.
So what time did you get home versus what time did you have to be at school to teach?
I got home at 2 a.m. and I had to teach in the morning. So I made it happen.
You made it happen. Well,
but now I have this jet lag, like it's accumulating. So today and tomorrow it will be kind of hard, but then the weekend I think I'm going to catch up during the weekend.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So that's about the storm. But first time at Philippine show, it was really, really nice. So we have Shannon saying, hello, ladies. Hello, Shannon. Oh my God, Shannon is so funny and amazing. And we had such a great time.
Well, yeah, it's always fun.
We should have you over, Shannon. We were talking about you.
We did talk about that.
Yeah, we need to have Shannon over.
If you want to link this evening, just DM me.
Yeah, if you want to show up now,
you can show up this evening.
You can join us live now.
But you don't have to. You can always join us another time. No, you were in Philly. Philly looked like it was a great time.
It was a great time, actually. I was busy. I cannot imagine how people do this at the shows. Being behind the table is really tiring and very, very voice demanding because you're talking constantly. So you end up with the voice really, really destroyed at the end. Standing all the time. So we had like people will be asking questions and then you have to answer. But, I think it was a very nice show. Small, I didn't have the chance to go and walk the show when the stores were open. I had the opportunity to do that before and after, but when I wanted to go visit, let's say there were many tables that I wanted to visit, they were closing when I was done. So I couldn't get to those places and I feel sorry because I really needed to go there and I couldn't. I would say that would be the regret, but aside from that, we had such a great time. Social life, as always, is the cherry on top of every show. Everybody's so amazing. We celebrated Lexi's birthday on Friday. Yeah, that was fantastic.
It looked like it was a fun time.
Too much fun, I would say. I am paying still the consequences of that. But
what is it today? Really Wednesday? Okay. Yeah.
And the people that went the night before, they had already their a share of partying on Thursday. So we arrived on Friday morning. So we actually drove overnight. And then I spent the weekend. I slept an average of 3 to 4 hours during the weekend in order to work. And now I am in this kind of 3 to 4 hours sleep. I don't know what am I going to do. I will crash probably on Saturday. That's my crashing time.
But then, it's
I'm
fine.
going to predict
So
I'm crashing. Yes.
See,
Somebody says, I'm glad you got home safely. Thank you. Yeah, that was scary. Whatever, like driving at night, it's not easy. You have lots of trucks and I don't know. It's not the same as driving during the day. I prefer during the day.
No, and driving at night in like a rural area without street lights is also very different than driving on somewhere with lighting.
Yeah.
In winter too.
In winter.
Yeah.
Especially somewhere where they don't do winter road maintenance. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something. And then I have my haul.
You have your Philly haul.
My Philly haul. I have to say,
did you stay under budget for Philly?
Sorry?
Did you stay under budget for Philly?
No. What question is that? And imagine,
I managed to at Chicago last year. It's just the question I ask people now.
So imagine I was behind the table and I thought, I'm not going to purchase anything because I'm behind the table. I'm not going to spend much. But then it happens. You have River City pens on across your table. So you do business like, hey, save that one to me.
And then you know him because we had him on.
We know Rich.
So
and look at this beautiful deep
what you get?
pen that I got.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. It's amazing. Look at the nib that I put.
I used to have that one. It's funny.
It's so cool. And then I met at night, we were talking with Hinse Pens, Francisco, and then the next day he's like, okay, we were talking about pens, about the ones that I like, this kind of a reptilian body, the swirls and stuff. And I say, those type of swirls I really like. And he's like, what color? And I say, of course, pink, like you cannot go wrong with pink. So the next day he came with a pen to my table. What can I say? Purple nib, purple section. Let me show you. Where is it? Oh, right here on my Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Oh, so that's the one that there are a couple pens that they're only allowed to sell at pen shows or Atlas carries, and I believe that's one of them.
It's purple.
Yeah, I'm just quickly, as we're mentioning small brands, I'm leaving their links in the description for people that
I don't have anything from them. I think they're one of the few companies.
It is my very first pen from them.
Medium
and
small.
Look at the beautiful finial. Oh, I don't know if I am okay with the camera right there.
Yeah, I've got the wrong box. I have one of theirs. I like that the ones you showed are the only two small makers I have. Because I have one of Rich's.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I saw a similar resin, but I said, I need to go different and mini. And this is a pocket one.
Okay. And then I've got a Heinz also with a purple nib. Because honestly, the fact that they do colored nibs is so much fun.
It's so much fun, isn't it?
And if you just want a colored nib, you can just buy a colored nib from Heinz. They sell Yovo colored nibs.
They had another pocket pen. So this one is a little bit larger than the one. This one is kind of similar size as the JR, Esterbrook JR. Okay. But then I have, I've seen that they have a smaller one. And I wanted to get that one. But then, like the colors and everything, I said, I need that pink one.
Yeah. I got that.
But wait, did you get a Tasha pen? Because I know you work for the table, right?
So I got credit for a Tasha pen that means that
You're building it so you can
I'm
buy
building it to get
really
it
good
with
one.
Tasha. Exactly.
Okay. So are you saving it for Chicago or somewhere?
I am. Actually, I'm saving for DC because Chicago, even though I go, I don't know if I'm going to work at Chicago.
Okay.
So that's something that I need to speak with Sujen. I know for certain that she needs somebody at DC because DC is so big, and she needs a little bit more help, especially on Saturday. So,
Yeah, I want to say Claire is helping her at Chicago.
yeah, I am certain that Claire is helping, and Sue Beck also is helping. They've been with Tasha forever, like Claire and Sue. They have been helping Sujen for several shows already. I'm just the newbie there, the rookie. Yeah.
I'm in search of a.
I did get inks.
Ooh.
And I got this little pouch. Isn't it amazing?
Mhm.
Look, 3 pens.
Very nice. Yeah, I like that
So
one.
pretty.
I like it. And look, the pattern.
Oh.
Very nice. So that one I'm really happy. I got these other 2 inks.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely. Actually, this one, it's open here, is the one that I match for this pen. Match made in heaven. Oh, wait. Luxury Brands of America. I went to buy in the morning before the opening, and I got me a beautiful Girologio cover. Let me show you the. By the way, the insert is not related to the purpose of this notebook, but it's made for the Hobonichi weeks, or that little one that fits perfectly here.
Yeah.
But I have, I like to do my own inserts with vintage paper, so I got this paper. Let me show you.
That's pretty.
It's a letter set that I I stapled it and I created my own insert.
Good job. I mean, you did not miss out. From what I understand, it's a good thing I did not get any Hobonichi this year. So
Yeah, I agree with Shannon. Yeah, this cover is fantastic. I'm in the green leather or green situation this year. I have to show, actually, I didn't do any video. Sorry for not doing any video in YouTube yet, but I've been into this kind of a dusty green era. Look at this Venu.
Oh.
Ooh, you got the one. It's one of the few I like of theirs. That's a good combination.
Oh, the combination is outstanding. I think this is the best combination. It has like a green and the copper, because it's kind of copper, is iridescent and pearly. And then you get the shimmers. Of course, it's like I don't know, copper metallic little parts.
So I am not a Benu person, which is not a popular opinion. And apparently
it's a fine opinion to have.
And apparently I'm not the only one, which I was surprised by, because a lot of time I would keep it to myself because I know people are into it.
No, but it's okay because Venu is really out there, depending on.
Yeah, it's just visually not my thing. But I was about to say the one you got and the one that Goulet has are the only two that I actually have, perceived.
Thought about.
Yeah. I could do that.
Yeah. And then let me show you something. So there is a transparent section here.
Okay.
That is amber. So the color of it's actually a little bit more yellow than it's orangey, but I like that. I like that it's kind of semi-transparent, and you can see the ink level too.
Here's a question. Have you actually seen their new tiny
The
pens
Pixie.
in person?
Yeah, they didn't have any at the
No,
show.
they
The
are.
Pixie.
So even stores that are allowing them for pre-order, those
Mhm.
pre-orders aren't allowed to leave warehouses until March 1st. Like
Mm.
they are being very, very, I would say they're locking it down quite a lot.
Interesting.
Which is surprising with how early they've previewed it. Like they previewed it nearly 2 months before it came out. But stores have been told like they're not allowed to be mailed out before March 1st. You're not allowed to have them on display before March 1st.
Yeah.
Is it because it's still working on some? They might not have.
Yeah. They probably have a release date, similar to sponsorship products that say, you can announce it in this date, but they are not going to be released until this other date.
Yeah. But normally the lead time is like, at least for me normally, like the lead time between sponsorship product being in hand and release date is like 2 weeks. It's rare that we have this 7-week lead time with a product being announced, the preview pictures being out, being able to pre-order them. Like they're up on, I think they're up on Cult Pens. They're up on a couple different places. You can go buy one right now. But you cannot.
Appledom, they have already announced the Pixie.
Yeah.
So they have it in their website.
So Shannon has a good theory. I kind of side with that.
All right.
Oh yeah. So you also wanted to see them. See, that's what I think. I don't think they have all of them in stock maybe yet.
I'm wondering if Benu has taken the preview pictures. And they're not even in North America yet.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah. When you, Alexandra, mentioned about the colors of the Pixies, and there are some that are kind of a solid kind of pearly color. Those ones I am not very attracted to. I like the ones that are semi-transparent with a lot of glitter. So there are two that are on my radar. One is a pink magenta on one side and a transparent pearl white on the other side. That's one of those ones. And the other one is a turquoise kind of going into that. I don't know.
There's an aqua into silver one that I really like.
Oh, that's the one. It's silver.
Yeah. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that a local retailer gets them all, and I'm able to go, hey, can I, like, if I buy one, can I come in and like film all the ones in your case?
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm hoping to arrange that, because otherwise the only other time I'm going to see them in person is if a brand brings all the colors to the Chicago Pen Show.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know if you've seen what the retail price of them is in Canada yet.
Things are happening.
Have you seen what the retail price is in Canada yet? Because apparently there's a 15% tariff on Armenian-made products.
Oh, that's new. I mean, to me, new
to bringing them into Canada, and so it's $110 is base price for the Pixies.
What?
Like, I'm not going to buy one here. I'm going to buy it in the States.
Yeah, which is logical.
But why?
I don't know.
Someone says hi from Austria. Hello.
Oh, hello. Isn't it like the middle of the night there?
Yeah,
it is.
Okay.
It is the middle of the night.
So you had fun at Philly.
Yeah. Sorry.
You can go.
No. There was fun at Philly, but I actually wanted to tell something that is not related to Philly. But you can say yours, and then I will
Apparently it's 3:20 in the morning.
Great.
I finally went to Bleskett, the pen store, in the middle of. It's like out by Pearson Airport. And it's great. It is worth a trip if you're flying into Pearson.
That's so cool.
Hopefully Luxury Brands brings them all to Chicago. I hope so.
Oh, I hope so.
I will be sad if they do not.
Yeah.
How much are, like, in US dollars and Canadian dollars?
Can someone pull up? I can take a look at maybe pre-order somewhere.
I can pull up the Luxury Brands post.
Oh yeah, do it.
Yeah, they are the ones that manage the pricing.
That has at least the US price.
Yeah.
Oh, 72 euros.
Okay. I was thinking
they are
stainless steel.
72 US for the sparkly ones and 59 for the subtle ones, so the single color.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Shannon is pulling out the prices too.
Mm.
And the euros is...
He says 59 and 79. Luxury Brands has 59 and 72 on their page. So, I don't know. But it could be that stores are listing them for more than what Luxury Brand... Oh, she was guessing. Honestly, excellent guesses. You weren't that far off.
Yeah.
So more than a Kaweco Sport.
Yeah.
But not
too far.
Not too far off.
Yeah.
Especially like the basic one, whatever they're calling the subtle one that isn't really subtle because I think it's still sparkly.
It's pearly. It's kind of like iridescent.
But see, again, we're all making these assumptions. None of us have seen them in person.
No.
We're relying on Benu's pictures.
Right. I mean, it does look like Kaweco, but just like a little plumper.
Because like
it has actually just for the information of the people, if they want to know, they are kind of using the same format of this cup.
Right.
So it has a kind of a squarish shape, and then the body will be at the level of what
are they?
Yeah.
I thought they were smaller than that. I thought the total length was less than 3 inches.
I don't think so.
All right. I'm now trying to pull up a retailer that has them listed.
We'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'm not, it's not what I'm going to buy. Yeah. What am I going to buy? I mean,
I don't know. What are you going to buy?
No, what I wanted to say before is that I spoke with Bryce, and it would be really fantastic if we can get Bryce in the show and then talk about those products and talk about especially these products that we're now discussing about.
Do you want me to shoot Bryce a text?
Yeah.
Sure.
1 second. Did you pitch this idea to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, great. I was about to ask. Kari.
And he says, invite me. And I was like, yeah.
Thank you. Who else did you ask? Did you ask other people?
Yeah,
we need a list.
I asked so many people, you have to come to the show.
Aww.
I would love to have I couldn't actually speak any word with Aziza, but I admire Aziza so much, and I would really, really like Aziza to come to our show too.
I've got her email somewhere. The Benu Dragon one for sale.
I'm not going to lie. His mom is the best. I know.
I did not see.
Is that the painted one?
I think it's the painted one.
Benu Dragon one for sale. I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
Oh, was that one of the Gold Spot exclusive ones? I think it was.
The pink one?
No, I think it's the Red Dragon, right?
Gold Spot's done a couple hand-painted exclusives with Benu.
Oh, hand-painted.
They did a Phoenix back in the summer that was stunning.
Yeah.
I think if I'm thinking about the right pen, it's like gold yellow a body, and then it's like Red Dragon. I don't know if it's the right one I'm thinking of, but I think that's the one.
So they have something that was kind of new at the Kenro table. There was a huge Ferris wheel press stand that they have the Ferris wheel. It was humongous Ferris wheel.
They're the measurements for the Pixie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Pixie. Pen Chalet has pre-orders.
3.5. And
Oh, okay. 3.5.
so
So it's
So
about.
how big is Kaweco?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's.
I don't know. 'Cause I don't have a. Oh, I do have a ruler. Give me a second.
I have a ruler.
You know, we're really scientific on this show.
Really.
A
Oh.
Kaweco Sport is 4 inches and 2/8.
Oh.
That's a long one.
No, an eighth. Are the notches a 16th? I think they are. So it's smaller than a Kaweco.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But how big's a wancher? Where's a wancher?
No, the one. Oh my God, I have it here. Wait, I have it here. The Puchico.
Mhm.
I know.
Yeah,
but
that's
mine-
how I felt. I felt like it would be bigger than Kaweco.
No, I knew it was small.
Mm-hmm. Aw. Just you and Vanessa, dude. I don't know what's up with that. You like miniatures too.
Here you go. I got those ones. So where is my little notebook? So it can go with the little notebook. Let's go there.
So it's about an inch longer than. It's less than an inch longer than the wancher.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow. Bailey. Oh, that's so funny.
Did you guys see the Valentine's Day ones? Is Banu just releasing a bazillion pens currently? No,
my
I have not seen the
goodness.
Banu Valentine's Day pen.
Mm.
Oh.
Benu, they have
Talking about
this group
small
of
pens.
artists that they paint, and I saw them in person when I went visit. So they have like 3 tables there or 4 tables next to each other, and everybody's painting their own pens in different styles.
Mm.
Oh my God, it was so amazing just to look at the painting that they do.
Oh, so it's a
so-
number 5.
Mm.
Standard International is possible.
Talking about small pens, one
Do-
pen that I wanted to buy today, but I was too late. Black Robin pens. Now,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
with a very pretty version of like her bestseller, which is Ophelia.
mm-hmm.
And so while I was looking at the pinch section and like how big that is, because I prefer like 10-ish inches. Yeah, it's sold
You
out.
mean 10-inch millimeters?
10, yeah, that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Anyhow, so like it's like a nice grip. Like that seemed like a bigger grip than like a normal kind of like situation I would expect. And plus her nib was number 6.
Mm.
And I was so into it. But like she only made 3 and she sold out.
Oh, only 3. I
2 minutes.
saw her in Philly, and we were sharing a table, and there were crafting going on. I don't know if you saw these ones.
I did.
This is the best. Let me show you. So Wendy brought a course, a workshop to create this, I would say, pen tissue to clean the pens or to clean your screen. And you create these ones with, the
Mm-hmm.
eyeglasses tissue, and then look at those charms.
Aw.
I want to show you. This is so funny. The peekaboo at the end. Wait, I cannot. This one.
Aw.
And this is the other one.
All right. Currently, I'm using the Esterbrook one that came with King of the Land pen, or not,
Oh, very
not King of the
nice.
Land. I've just combined so many pen names together. Back to the Land.
I
Back
have
to
one
the
too
land.
somewhere.
Back to the land.
Look.
Not King of the Night. Back to the Land. And it works super well because it's like a micro, like,
I like that. You can clean and polish your pens.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been using the back side of them so that they still look clean on the front.
Yeah. Very nice.
But it
I
works
like-
fairly well. And I like being able to attach it to a loop inside my pencil case because it's also nice and small.
Oh, that's a great idea.
How do I keep it clean? I keep it clean by currently only using the back side of the cloths.
Okay.
But also, I've seen Kenros like at a pen show, and theirs is like absolutely disgustingly gross.
All right.
And covered in ink. And you know what? It still looks great because it's serving its purpose. So it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
At some point, there's going to be ink on the front of this. For now, I'm just using the back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys. I turn on some light.
Yes.
But this is mine.
Oh,
This is
very nice.
Akkerman in Hague, I think,
All right.
in Netherlands. So yeah, you
Oh,
don't
very
keep it.
nice. You
But
have
this is
already.
leather, and this is like the part of leather that is usually like the other, side of the smooth leather.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been using.
That's actually a cool idea.
And then like you don't keep it clean, like you don't really like need to do anything because this like you can use it forever and like wipe it.
Yeah. No, I like that idea.
Yeah, I thought it was super relaxing. We were sitting at the table and I was so useless. I couldn't open those little circular, I don't know, attachments. I couldn't make it happen. So it was Crystal, Pen Raum wife, Kirk's Spears' wife. She made that. I'm going to make one for you. She started doing the other one, and I was like, I need to try. I couldn't. It was like, with the nails, it's like difficult.
Mm. So wait, do you have your tickets bought for the next show already? What's your next show?
Chicago.
So that's some time away, right?
May.
First
weekend in May.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listen.
You're arriving later than I am. Currently, I'm booked in starting on Wednesday, and you don't get there until what? Friday.
Yeah, this woman needs to work. So
that's fair. To be fair, I'm going to be working too. I'm just working my way through. Next time I say to one of you, or Shannon, actually, I'm short of 20 questions guests. I'm going to put up a story about it. Tell me I'm an idiot. Just tell me it's such a bad idea. I have 3 pages. I have 6 pages. I have 6 pages.
Aww.
I have 6 pages of people I've been reaching out to. I think I have cast the rest of this season. I've started to cast Chicago because people were going, oh yeah, I want to do it. And I was like, okay, are you coming to Chicago?
Yeah.
And suddenly I'm casting Chicago. I'm starting filming season 4, I think next week or the week after. And also, Kari, I've told you about this, but like for the rest of the world who don't know about it yet, there will be a 20 Questions Revisited season with some new questions.
Starting because we changed. If you interviewed us a long time ago, we might not really have the same opinions.
I know.
Marina,
you're welcome to redo it too, because your episode was filmed like 5 months before it went out.
Yeah.
But I have 6 pages of names, and it's
growing.
A thing.
It's growing.
It's growing.
And counting.
It's now sort of vaguely sorted by like who's responded to me. Are they going to be Zoom or Chicago, or like, do I have to
Yeah.
follow up? Mom and I literally sat at the kitchen island yesterday, and I handed her my phone, and she just went through everyone's responses and wrote every name down that had been filled in the suggestion box. And then I started to go through my DMs and like figure out who'd gotten in touch.
Mm.
Because eventually I just stopped sharing when people were suggesting people. There were so many suggestions. Oh, Bailey's coming to Chicago. Lovely.
Oh, yes.
If you
Nice.
want to do 20 questions, at some point there'll be either a new link, or I'll post a picture
Yeah.
of Mom and say, if you want to do 20 questions at the Chicago Pen Show, find this person.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Bailey says that there is 11 hours of driving. It's similar to us. For us,
It
it's
is similar to
13
us.
hours.
Yeah.
I've got, I think it's 9. We Google mapped it to the hotel last week. Because we sort of wanted to actually figure out where the new hotel was.
Yeah. They told me that it's halfway, 20 minutes before the previous hotel, and it's
It is.
in another mall.
It's 30 minutes closer to the city center.
Yeah.
We're only 27 minutes from downtown. And unlike last year where you had to cross a highway to get food, the mall with the food is in our hotel parking lot.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Shannon thinks I need a table.
I think so.
Yeah, you can. Like
Yeah,
this
you
one.
can have a table
I
there.
don't know that I
A little
can
one.
justify a table at Chicago currently.
You know, we had a table at Scriptus, and we got artists to do art live during the
Yes, but you were
the
there
table.
with a brand.
Yeah, we went with the brand, but
I
there
am-
was a table
I
paid
am not.
for influencing
I am.
with art.
Okay, I guess I am hoping to go with a brand. It's in progress.
Yeah. That would be fantastic.
I will keep my eye out for the 20 questions. Honestly, I should just make her a shirt this year. Or find Kari. Kari tends to know where I am at a pen show. Or has a way to get in touch with me.
Yeah.
Come, follow me, and I guide the people.
I mean, I can't take a train. I'm thinking about it. There is a train that goes from San Francisco all the
Chicago?
way to Chicago.
Ooh,
Like 2 days, man.
Marina,
2.5 days.
But you
need
could
to
join
come.
us and it could be great.
Oh God. I know, but since I don't drive, it's either I don't drive. I don't know how to drive. Because I'm European. Like I don't need that in my life.
Yeah.
But it's train or flight.
The train is a great experience, I guess. I don't know if you like long trips. I think the train is long, but I don't know. There is something about the train that I like.
Yeah, no, train is good. I've taken train up to the Rocky Mountains, and that was very nice. Yeah. I see a comment about the train. Yeah, it's very nice. And apparently the one I took is the one actually that goes to Chicago. And they have that cart that is kind of the scenic one with like open, huge
open.
windows. Yeah. And so that's a lot of fun. So
How much is the table? 20 questions is a brand. I would have to convince them to like give me a table, and seeing as a whole bunch of the Nibsmiths can't get a table and have to borrow tables from other brands, I really don't think that he's going to give me a table. But I do have
it's
his
like
phone
a
number.
welcome table. You could have like one right by the registration.
I do
Yeah.
have his phone number. Or maybe they'll just let me put a like sign-up sheet at the welcome table.
Yeah.
You might get David Oscarson mad because your table would be before his.
Yeah.
Shannon,
I don't know.
set up in your room or the parking lot.
Yep.
Bring
No,
snacks.
parking lot sounds good.
Parking lot sounds great, actually. Honestly, I'm hoping that, like, much like last year, there'll be some little corner somewhere that I can steal.
Yeah, like a quiet corner. And I
Quiet.
see quiet because
It was not quiet.
loud.
It was so
That
loud.
show is so loud.
I
Well,
cut out
every show, but
I cut out so many people walking through that space, and saying vaguely rude things in the background.
oh,
It was such an experience. All
yeah,
right.
very nice.
We'll
I think
figure out a
Chicago
plan.
would be fun. I want to go to Baltimore, but I think it's really, really close to a time in my semester that I need to evaluate the midterm assessment. So I don't
Mhm.
know if I will be able to go. But for me, Baltimore is a close drive
Yeah.
compared to Chicago. So Chicago is about 13 hours. Baltimore, it's about 6 hours or 7, maybe.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe I could go looking for a sponsorship.
Mm.
Maybe somebody will take me with them.
So my thing is, I've got it partially sponsored
Ooh, for Baltimore?
for Chicago,
Oh, for Chicago. Okay.
but the brand doesn't want to put their name on 20 questions. They don't want to inhibit me by having their name on 20 questions, which means I can still have a sponsor for 20 questions. So if you know
Without
a pen brand,
So interesting. What are they? If I can ask, what are they getting out of it if their name is not on there?
they're getting out of it a single interview and me
Oh.
appearing at 1 or 2 dinners.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, I think it's a good deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're a pen brand that, wants your name on 20 questions, let me know.
Yeah.
I will gladly take you up on that offer because
Exactly.
from the sounds of it, there's probably going to be in the main season of Chicago, I would expect 15 to 20 episodes, and I would expect another 6 to 8 at least in the Chicago Revisited season.
Oh,
So it's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of episodes if you want your name on something.
Yeah.
You've got
yeah.
some ad budget to spend.
Yeah. I would really love to go back to Chicago and the same to Philadelphia in order
Yeah.
to do some city tour. I went to Philadelphia for the first time last weekend for the show.
Okay.
I kind of went outside the hotel to a restaurant and came back, and that was it. I didn't see anything.
Well, I
So-
believe part of my deal with Mom is that if she is coming to Chicago as a camera person, she gets to go to the Art Institute of Chicago one day.
Well, that's
Oh,
a good one.
I
I've
love
been
that.
there. Yeah. It's
So-
very nice.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll be tagging along, but Mom will at least be going to a museum.
Yeah. What we did when we went to DC Pen Show last year was to book Wednesday. So we went before the show. We went to visit the city, and then we came back, and then the show started.
Mhm.
And the same we did kind of with Brooklyn. We did stay after the show one more day, and we got to see some of the city.
Yeah.
But it's complicated, like when you travel with such a limited amount of time
Right.
to do everything. You want to go to the pen show, but you want to do tourism, you need to choose one.
Yeah.
There is no way to do both because you get actually absorbed by the pen environment, which I
I
do
guess
love.
you'll have to stay for like a week or something.
And Chicago,
Yeah,
Chicago is I find it such a busy event. And it's so, I don't know if other pen shows are like that, but Chicago does.
DC, you haven't been to DC.
No, I haven't done DC, but Chicago does, there's an evening auction. Chicago does ticketed evening events.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like that.
But also, breakfast at Chicago at the hotel is a social thing.
It's a social.
And
That's nice.
so then you're at breakfast at like 7 a.m., but you also didn't go to bed until after midnight, and like
Yeah.
it's a mess.
I would love to meet Bailey's mom. Like sometimes when you travel with somebody, it's really
I
nice
think
when
Bailey's talking about my mom.
Oh, your mom.
I think Bailey's talking about going to the Art Institute of Chicago with my mom.
Oh, I just saw the last comment. So Bailey, you're going to go with Sheila.
I think
Ah,
I think she's talking about going on a
Alex
on an
mom,
Art Institute
yes,
Chicago date with my mother.
with your mother.
Yeah.
She's saying, I'm looking forward to that, though. I don't have enough pen friends. Me neither.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
fair. I have to say,
We
I'm
will
far more,
adopt Bailey.
Yeah.
Bailey, come and hang out with us.
I'm far more social, I would say, the first couple, like by the time we get to like Saturday night, I'm so tired. But I also know that Sunday, at least of Chicago, tends to be the day I film the most.
Yeah.
And so I always go to bed early on Saturday.
Yeah. This is what happened the show before. I don't know if you saw me. I went to the NIB anatomy class, and then we took the car and left. So it was
Yeah, I
rushing.
regret that I didn't do any classes last year. I was so busy doing YouTube stuff that I didn't take a single class at Chicago, including stuff that I wanted to take, like some of the vintage fountain pen
Oh, the
stuff
vintage fashion pen meetings are so amazing.
that I wanted to do. But if he offers the NIB one this year, I might go to it again.
I like that because, well, the NIB anatomy for me was amazing. You get to learn the terminology, something that when you're cleaning your pens and look at the years I've been cleaning pens, and you don't know the parts, how they are called. I'm like, this little part here, and now you have the name for that little part there.
Yes, I would say you're far better at being good at cleaning pens than I am. I have a pile sitting in the bathroom right now.
Yeah.
Of things.
The pens need cleaning, unfortunately, if you want to keep them inked and yeah. I clean maybe not so often as I wish, but because I ink the pen constantly and I use the pens constantly, I think that is a way to maintain the ink, the ink flow. But there are some inks that are really hard on the pen, and those ones I need to clean more often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know the answer to this, Marina. Are you going to
No, I'm not. I wish. I have some medical stuff going on, so I'm not going to be able to. But I wish.
Yeah.
Also, I know Ink Dependence, Mike, in his live, he talked.
I saw Carrie in his live.
I saw everyone in his live. I saw Claire. I saw Carly. I saw everyone. I know you still want to go to LA, Shannon.
Oh, yeah.
Frank said that they would be announcing something about the California pen show because they're the host.
Yeah,
in the upcoming weeks. So we'll see what happens there. It'll be interesting to see if it. I assume at this point it's still going ahead, but I wonder if it's going to be a slightly smaller show.
Yeah, maybe.
I think California show, forgive me if I'm wrong, has always been smaller than San Francisco, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, LA is smaller than San Francisco, but it's bigger than some of the shows.
Well, California, I haven't been to any of those shows in the West Coast, but I would love to go to the California one. They are really close to the beach. They have this kind of a vibe that is cool, especially there are new releases for Omas pens that they want to release during the California Pen Show, and that excites me because there are so many good ideas over there.
Mhm. I'd imagine there's gonna be, with their happenings, maybe some fundraisers, and it's gonna be
Oh yeah.
an interesting show.
Apparently, LA is small but packed,
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I haven't been
but
there.
they do
Well,
have a vibe.
They
if
do
you're
have a
coming-
vibe.
If you're coming up to San Francisco, I am planning on that one. So
Marina,
and then maybe
take me
next
there.
year. Maybe next year is
the
going to
San-
be a LA year for me.
San Francisco. And San Francisco is almost back to back to either DC Stationery Fest in Brooklyn and
Right. Well,
Yeah.
for me, it's no brainer. So
Mm.
since I'm right here.
Are you going to the Toronto Stationery Show, Kari? Because that's not in February
That's
this year.
happening in February.
It's
Eh,
not. It's
Yeah.
happening the week before Chicago.
Oh,
It's happening April 26th.
oh, maybe I will visit you
It's
for
happening
the.
a week before Chicago.
Okay, I think that's actually close, and I can do that trip on my own and come back in the same day.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe tell Sheila to keep the couch and the sofa ready for me.
You're not doing the floor anymore, huh? You've
I
graduated.
mean, I
She
love the
didn't do
floor
the
though.
floor last time she was
That
here.
was so comfortable. You don't have any idea. I have never slept this comfort. I was covered, this beautiful duvet with all the feathers, and it was like so cool.
Yeah. Well, talking about, I saw a comment that he's going to see what his budget allows. How do we feel like regular budget? If you go to a pen show,
Mm-hmm.
how many a year would one suggest going on the budget?
I had to actually track down this post recently for Shannon, who was planning on taking money out for Philly and wanted to know what I got last year at Chicago
Hmm.
and what it cost me. And I think Shannon says I need 5 jobs. That is not untrue for this hobby.
That's the honest truth. Yeah.
I would say that I plan to, I know that I want a Pixie. It'll be 2 months after the release date when I'm doing my video on it, unless a brand sends me one, like Goldspot or somebody. But unless something really changes a whole bunch with the Canadian exchange, I'll still be paying less to buy it in the US.
Yeah.
That makes sense to pick up there. There are just things that make more sense to pick up in the US for me sometimes. There are things that make a lot less sense. If I can, I'll probably try and budget $300 US, which I think is what I did last year, which is about $450 Canadian currently, which is not great. But that means that if I can pick up the little bits and bobs that I like, and there might be one pen that comes home with me.
Yeah.
Or one higher value pen that comes home with me. But for the most part, at least at this point, I don't buy one hand-turned pen. I don't buy really expensive pens. And I'm lucky enough to work with brands enough that can sort of fulfill most things that I really want. I have a contact to be able to get it.
Yeah.
At times. But are there pens that I have been seeing that I want from small shops? And I wish I could take them all home with me? Yeah. Do I have a folder of blanks right now on my phone? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like 300, if YouTube's really good for the next couple months, maybe 400.
Yeah.
But like that's it.
Yeah.
And that's a hard limit. For Scriptus, I want to say I did 250 Canadian. And that was, I actually spent most of that not at the show because I found somebody selling a River City Pen Company nib holder.
Mm-hmm.
But my Scriptus budget didn't include getting my nib work done at Wonder Pens because I'd been setting money. I'd set money aside for that back in August when Matthew had said he was coming to Canada, because I knew that he charges, or in the past, and then this year he charges the same amount in Canadian dollars as he does in US dollars, like it's at par. And so as Canadian, you're paying 40% less to get your nib work done.
Yeah, I know.
If you wait 3 months.
I need Matthew now.
Yeah, I set my money aside back in August for it. So by the time we got to October, like that money was quote unquote gone.
Yeah. William is asking if any of us is going to the Atlas Sidewalk.
I would love to.
I would love to, but
we'll see if they invite me back this year.
Me too. Is it middle of the summer?
The third weekend in August. It's a week and a half after DC.
I would love to, because I know our friend Hemingway Jones is going to be there.
Hemingway's going. And I think a couple other people have said they're going. It seems very influencery this year. Yes. I suspect it is the weekend of the 14th and 15th of August. Don't quote me on that, but
it would be very tight for me with this.
I suspect it will be that weekend.
Yeah. So when you talk about the budget that you have, I always set up a budget when I go to the show. The issue is that you get tempted. When you go to the show, you always end up buying a little bit more,
Cash.
Because you
That's
get
the opportunity. Take cash.
Yeah, you get the opportunity to see the pens in person, and then you see actually that the price lately has increased a little bit more. So you were thinking about purchasing a little bit more, but then you end up, this is kind of a, if I want to have those pens that I want, the money is, or now with the new prices, I overspend.
Yeah.
So there is something to consider, especially for Canadians. The exchange. Don't tell Matthews. You need to come to Canada.
He needs to come more than once a year, or he needs to do more than I guess he did 2 days at Wonder Pens this year. He had enough. He had enough pre-Scriptus business to do 2 days at Wonder Pens and a full day at Scriptus.
Yeah. Now, question for everybody: are you coming to Montreal Pen Show or not?
I don't know.
Montreal, you need to come.
No, I mean, I have to make a choice between Europe and Canada then. So
it's hard. A single day.
Hard choice.
It's a long way to come for a single day.
Yeah. I mean,
but
I
visit
have you
me.
guys
We will Canada, go. We will go everywhere. Like I can take you to coffee shops and historical places and museums.
Bailey's all the way near Winnipeg.
I drive to Winnipeg all the time. Oh, they have a small pen store. Okay. Yeah.
You know what? I'm siding with this comment. If I was in the pen business, I would do the show, but I don't want to travel, and I just want to spend money on pens. I'm feeling that one.
at what point does it qualify as being in the pen business?
Right.
All I do is make videos on the internet about pens, and
that's the pen business.
Create classes about fountain pens, and brands send me pens. At what point does this count as being in the pen business?
I mean, it's a stationary business. So you're getting close.
Well, there is a question about, does Vancouver have a pen show?
No.
I don't think so. I know that they have stationary shows, and I know that there are many
Scriptus,
events that are related to writing, but not fountain pen.
until Montreal got a fountain pen show, Scriptus was the only fountain pen show in Canada.
Yeah.
Do they have a list of vendors yet? Are we talking about Chicago? If so, no. If we're talking about any other show, potentially Montreal, I don't know. Kari, do you know if Montreal's got a list yet?
They have not a list of vendors. They are offering now the tables, and
Okay.
they have a couple of tables that actually got canceled, so they were offering those tables lately.
Okay.
So they are still organizing a little bit who's coming and who's not. I know for certain that because there is a sponsorship with the notebooks, Leuchtturm is going to be there. But that's about what I know, because it's not that I know from the pen show people. I know from the Leuchtturm people that they are going to be there.
You could do a desk chatter live from Montreal.
That'd
We
be
can do that.
fun.
Currently,
like
we have.
that.
I realized flipping through my book just before we went live. Currently, we have a desk chatter scheduled for April 30th when
Mhm.
I will be in Chicago. So I might just,
Oh.
hang out in the lobby area. And if Shannon has arrived yet, Shannon could join me for a live episode
Totally.
of Desk Chatter from the hotel.
Yeah.
Chicago Pen Show does have a list on their website. That is last year's vendor list, not this year's vendor list.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you've got to be there early enough, Shannon, that you can do a live show with me.
Yeah. You know, after all the late hours with the pen people, the morning people are not like in comparison with the night people.
I am not a morning person. I become
Some
a morning
people
person.
don't sleep during the show.
I know. I
Right.
become
No,
a
I
morning
can't be.
person at a pen show because I have to be. Most of my filming happens during vendor setup hour, so I have to be like ready to be on camera by 8 a.m.
Yeah.
It does not
Everything
work.
together.
Yeah, it's
Doing
an
the under eye mask before coming out of the. Oh, that's funny. What other news do we have related to?
I have
I
some.
don't know. You
I
have?
finally got something. So I missed out on I would say a staple, one of the staple inks, because I was not interested in browns back in the day much. And so I missed out. And I finally got it. Waterman brown.
The Sepia Waterman cartridges.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get
Yay!
the ink bottle, but at least I got this. Someone had it. And I was like,
Yeah,
because everything is out. I think they discontinued the brown.
I think so. A good alternative, similar to that color, actually very, very close call to that color, is the Shepherd Script Sepia, which is also going to be discontinued as soon as all those bottles run out. Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
So here's the thing.
Unless they change the
Waterman had told me that they're not discontinuing the colors.
Oh,
good. But the brown has been out of stock for like at least a year, I think more.
But so was Mont Blanc Toffee Brown. Like that brown from Mont Blanc was out of stock for over a year before I could get my hands on
it came
a
back.
bottle of it. But it came back.
Mm-hmm. I think there've definitely been weird rumors about it.
I was also like, this was information that I was told back in the fall, but back in the fall I was told they were not discontinuing it, any of the colors of Waterman ink. This is what's on my desk.
Hey, very nice. I
Because
see some Monteverde. I see some.
all Monteverde.
Oh, very nice.
All 3 new pen models from Monteverde in both the fountain pen and the gel pen, because the gel pen looked really cool and I couldn't decide. But Monteverde has sponsored another whole series of videos, so look out for these. They were supposed to be here like 8 weeks ago, but Canada Post went on strike.
Oh my
'Cause
God.
now you're getting everything.
Now I'm getting everything. Now I'm just like,
That's so cool.
I keep
I'm-
getting post office box notifications.
I was finally able to send out things to Kari because in the US
Oh,
they wouldn't let us
I
send.
cannot wait.
We couldn't send things up until I think 6th or 7th of
Yeah.
January to Canada.
like that.
Oh, very nice.
So it's the same sort of color
That with the
as
gel.
oh, what's it called? Kaweco's done one on the Lilliput. It's like the raw iron.
Hmm.
So pretty.
So pretty. Yeah, I have to agree on that.
With a size 5. It is a Dakota? Question mark? Yeah, it's a Dakota.
That
Can you tell I've had these for all of like 5 hours and I actually haven't opened them yet? And then I've also got it in a snazzy gel pen because I don't know that Monteverde has ever done a gel pen before, but the
they
idea,
have.
have they?
Hmm.
Yeah, they have a couple of lines
Okay.
similar to the Tom Studio, but they were released a long time ago,
Okay.
before the Tom Studio, that they can fill it. It's an ink ball, and they can fill out the pen with fountain pen ink,
So
and then the refill with gel if you don't want the fountain pen ink. So they have all the options.
this one is an actual gel pen refill.
Cool.
From like there's no, it's just a thing. It's
Yeah.
a very pretty thing. But I'm wondering, I saw somebody say that some of the Mont Blanc refills fit in these shells.
Mm.
So
It could, yeah.
we might have to see.
I think there is. I don't know what is the length of
Yeah.
the tip of that refill.
You know, I'm
it
thinking
could
about it because
be-
I have a couple.
Yeah, it could be similar to the Parker refill. You know,
Yeah.
like they
Let's
look
see.
the same. What I
So I
see
have
from.
something here. Yeah, it looks very similar. I'm not gonna open it, but this is a fine liner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No, that looks almost identical.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I liked. One, I wanted to try the like pen itself, but two, so many brands make different like inserts. Like Mont Blanc makes one right now on the website that's a whole bunch of different size fine liner tips that you can get.
Right. Yeah.
Where is it?
And
So
then
my husband is in love with the one that they discontinued, which is the marker, like the document marker thing. So I got him a couple of like inserts for the pen, but it's outstanding because he's in academia, so he has to like use it in like different ways and like very different. So like I am a believer for like using their refills for whatever you can.
yeah. And then
Oh, so pretty.
Nice.
The Innova, is that the Innova? No.
is the Innova. It is the new Innova Ombre.
Oh, very nice. I like the colors. It's like candy.
It was so hard to choose which one. And then they've done a new box for the MP1.
That's not a new box,
Is
but
it
it's
not?
a different box. No, it's you know, they have, for example, the more padded boxes for the pricier in the line,
Yeah.
and then they have for the smaller box for the Prima. You know, that smaller box will go with the mini pocket pens, or yeah.
All of mine, Kari, have come in the same box. Every pen they've sent to me has come in the same box. Other than this one, which is the like piston one.
Oh, very nice.
So, which has very specific instructions for filling it. So that'll be fun. And I'm going to read those carefully before
Very, very, very
I can
nice.
fill it. And they also sent like inks and stuff, but does anyone care?
Hey,
Until this watching
congratulations.
video happens.
That's exciting. I can't wait to see those pens in action.
I'm very excited. It's always sponsored content's always fun because, well, this many sponsored contents pens are interesting. Like I've got scheduled content, and it's now, it like changes my upload schedule for the next month on Wednesdays.
Now
You are not seeing what I had scheduled. You will see what I had scheduled in February. If you were, so Monteverde uses Yovo size 6 nibs.
Yeah.
So if you know what size of Yovo size 6 nib you like, I would just order what you like in other brands.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I like their broads, but I almost find them too broad for anything other than titles. So I think I've got a medium and a fine.
Yeah.
It depends on, and I would definitely say I'm using Yovo fines and mediums much more these days than anything else. Yeah. I still like a broad, but
yeah. I've been into more juicier trend lately. I would love to get me a music nib from Sailor.
Desperately want a Sailor music nib. I
Yeah.
love them, which is crazy because I hated them at first. But I tried the Atlas.
They make the handwriting
and I love them.
elevated.
It's like there's no reason for me to want a Zoom and a music nib, and I want both.
Well, I have a Zoom, and let me tell you, it's a dream to write. So smooth and then so fantastic. You know that Tasha actually made the nibs are made by Sailor,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for Tasha. But they are really amazing. So next one, music. So
are they new? They came out in October, I want to say. They came out in the fall. Depends.
Yeah. So
and
I
have a series of pens, or I have a bunch of pens from them. But I do like their pens, and they're fun to work with.
I have not tried their pens, so I don't have any opinion. I've tried their ink, and it was nice, but it was extremely staining.
Yes.
So I dashed it. So
they have sent me their ink remover in hopes that I can get it off my hands more easily.
I think I have the stain remover right here because I had to use it several times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do they do
stuff? For Miss Rose, the music nib is a stub nib.
I think she's talking about Monteverde, maybe.
Oh, Monteverde, they do stub nibs.
They do a stub. They do a stub.
They write fantastically well. Yeah. The model, I will have to say that if there are some people that don't like the metallic weight of the pens, if you go, Monteverde does lots of metallic pens. I really like the hefty pens, so metallic I don't mind, and I think it looks chic and stylish. But there is a line, you know, like the Monteverde Trees of the World, which are super lightweight, but they are humongous.
Oh yeah,
those ones don't dry out ever. So you ink the pen, they have very, very sealed cap. And I like that model. They never dry out, never. And I can have that pen sitting on my desk for a couple of weeks and it will write as soon as you open it. So I have to say that a plus.
Bailey says they look similar to Conklin or Twisby because Monteverde and Conklin are owned by the same people.
Yeah.
And which is Yafa, and it's lovely. I love working with them.
Twisby, Twisby is not Yafa.
Twisby's not Yafa.
Conklin, yes. Conklin and Monteverde, very nice. So the 1848, is it 1848 pen, the Conklin? That's
1898.
Also, sorry, 1898. That one. Oh, there you go. That one is also another one that don't dry out ever because of the way that the cap is made, and the ink never dries out. That's
I
something
love
to take into
this pen.
consideration. I love
Atlas,
it so much.
I think Atlas has just come out with 3 new colorways of it with
Oh,
resins by
very
Jonathan
nice.
Brooks, and they're so pretty.
Yeah,
Um,
they are.
I will have a question.
Well,
'cause I-
baby, that's a good thing.
I've been very into titanium nib kind of
yes,
I
situation.
only have one titanium, and I'm in love with it.
I was about to ask, have you guys, because you've been to the shows more than I have, and have you tried the Sean design? It's a special one they have.
yes.
Yeah,
I
all
have
of
tried a
them.
Monarch, and
Mhm.
I adore a Monarch, but a Monarch starts at $380 US.
No,
Right.
it's really high end.
And I
Yeah,
have,
I was wondering.
I've
How was
had Ian on 20 Questions. I've tried a Monarch. They are such fun nibs. Like the pens themselves, the metal pens, like the amount of work that he's put into the whole design process is just spectacular. It is definitely a someday pen.
Yeah.
Because I would desperately love to have one. But they don't come up on the secondhand market very often, and when they do, they're still almost retail.
Yeah. I saw one on eBay the other day. It was the same. It was like 300, I think.
But Aziza came out with a new nib for Philly, and it was very pretty. And he had marketed it as a mini stub, but it was actually a cursive italic. So, Bailey, I can introduce you to Ian at the pen show. Ian's lovely. Or you can go and watch his 20 Questions episode.
Well, they were there. Yeah, they were there at the Philly. So,
but the big thing about especially the Sean design ones is that everything is metal. And one of the big things Aziza talked about in her live was that she's got a bag of broken Jowo and Bach feeds from pens.
Yeah.
Because they just snap over time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right. They did. And it was on sale at Atlas some time ago. Yeah. They do.
Yeah, about $250. Yeah.
Titanium nib, and they had the ebonite feed, I think, for that.
Ooh.
Ebonite.
Yeah.
I got a Leonardo with titanium nib and ebonite feed, and it writes really well. It was my first experience writing with titanium. And let me tell you, that nib is soft. You have to be careful not to press because it writes well though, just by letting the ink flow without pressing. Oh.
But that was the fun part though with the titanium. It kind of shapes back like after the time it returns to its initial shape. So it's like, yes, you got to be careful, but it's not the most tragic thing if that happens because it snaps back after some time. And gold doesn't. So
I always hope that Ian will do like a seconds sale of nibs of things that like got scratches on them in the process. I don't think he ever does, but like I would buy a like slightly damaged Sean design nibs, like that was aesthetically damaged but still works perfectly fine.
Who cares about that?
There is a comment there that I kind of finished reading.
If I have the ability to get one of his nibs for slightly less because it has a scratch on it, whatever. But I don't think he ever sells seconds. I need to see that one too. I believe it's a Hatch pen with Endless.
Oh.
And she has been very tight-lipped about it. There have been a couple preview pictures, but all of them have had filters on them. I believe Jonathan Brooks did the resin for it, and that is about all I know. And that they posted a trailer with a whole bunch of sunset pictures. So,
I
there is a comment
mention off the palladium nib too.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Ooh.
That is curious too. I'm very curious about that one.
Yeah.
William, you might have to start a YouTube channel just so you can show us all the obscure nibs in your pen collection.
Oh yeah.
Because I know that I see pictures of them and like writing samples from them, but like the rest of the world doesn't.
Well, I mean, we're happy to review.
Do I have William in my
I don't know.
Instagram?
Um,
Let's see.
I think he had testers at Chicago last year. I know that he carries one inked in his pocket. But not a small number of people in the pen world own one. And a lot
William,
of yeah.
new friend here.
A lot of people at pen shows will let you test out things in their collection, which is how I got to test out my first Mont Blanc pens last year, and my first Tasha pens, and all that fun stuff. So, pen
shows are the best for that.
Pen shows are the place for that. Bring more paper than you think you need. Like
That's so true.
I have bought. Bleskett was selling pilot pads.
Oh.
Of the pilot, it's sort of like a mix between MD and Pelican paper.
Okay.
Like it's super smooth, but it's not as plasticky feeling as the Pelican paper. I bought 4 of these. Most of them are coming to Chicago with me or any that I don't use in the studio the next couple months are coming to Chicago with me because I know they're going to be friends' pens to test.
Yeah.
And
that's the best part about the shows. You said it. It's trying pens that you haven't ever imagined to try.
Yeah.
And people, they put ink on their best pens at the show. It's not only just show and tell, it's show, tell, try.
I sat. You got Claire Coco to sit down at a table with us, and I got to try a Bohème, the Elvis.
Oh, so many pens Claire had that show.
Oh, and Tasha's. Like the second pen she handed to me was a Tasha, and I'd only ever seen them on Instagram. Like I'd never seen one.
Let me tell you something. Before. Claire got a prototype from Tasha that has a piston filler. That pen is so unique. You haven't seen ever. Nothing like that. It's 0 and 0 means it's a prototype. They were trying out a new pen, a new capacity for the pen, and then of course the model of Urushi on top.
Yeah,
is worked by I don't remember the company, but the company, the artist that actually do the Urushi on top. You see the pen, you love. It's green. It's at the same time the Urushi, the brown Urushi kind of mixed with the green. Oh, I love it.
I have been into this one Urushi pen that I saw that I was really into, but it's sold out completely. Enso.
Oh, Enso.
Small one.
Yes.
And that was very nice, but obviously everyone went for it because they only made like 50, I think, of those.
Yeah. You know which company has Urushi pens that are not too out of the budget of people? Well, Urushi is expensive anyways. The brand called Tianzi. Tianzi has, I would say, the entry level of Urushi. If we talk about price, that's or Kuretake also. They have Urushi pens that are not too high. One Chair 2, they have Urushi that is not like outrageously expensive. But Tasha, oh my God, after I heard the story of those artists that lost everything in the earthquake and that they are recovering by doing art with these pens and then the company buy from them so they can get on their feet. The story behind each one of the pens. So every pen is done by an artist or one of them is about to retire. He's about 80 years old doing their craft for years making it perfect, as you see the work. Ah, I am impressed. I'm still like in awe with all those ones.
Yeah, I buy Japanese brushes, and I know like people work on that all their lives, and it's just amazing. I mean, the results
Mhm.
are great.
Ah, the brushes are amazing.
Yeah, a
I
lot of
also-
those crafts, that they've had for, I'm like, oh my God, I think centuries. Some of them, I'm just so amazed that they still have it. Another one is the ink,
oh,
specific ink that they're making, and they've always made that one. Just extremely exciting for me that that type of stuff is still alive. And then pottery, which is
pottery. That's also,
yeah, they have some of the most amazing kind
yeah,
of schools of craftsmanship out there. So,
yeah, millenary art, traditional
mhm.
techniques. Yeah, they are one. There are some places here in the province of Quebec that they want to revive this vintage press or vintage paper. Uh, I don't know. It's like grounding the flour with the old school. Uh, the wheel, the old school wheel with the water. That they will go with the horse around and then they will create the flower. All those
Wait,
ones are called Econo Museum. And they have one that I went to visit that has vintage paper, and they have a vintage press actually to print newspapers and things, that long time ago. They will do the engraving on the plaques, and they will stamp the plaque on top. Oh, so cool. Let me show you some of I don't know if I have them here.
meanwhile, apparently there has been a pre-order list. No, I'm
Yeah.
on their email list, but I'm not on the pre-order list.
Mm.
I did not know about that one. Also, you can get 20 off. There are a couple of creators who have 20 off with Enso.
Ooh,
Mhm.
at Enso, yes.
There's
Very nice.
there's a very detailed discussion about paper going on in our comments currently.
Yes, that one.
Let, let me get closer.
I decided to stop sharing it. It starts with somebody asking about the Pelican Hub paper, and it's just continued.
Well, the main question is from everyone who has tried it, is it really a very special paper?
It is actually. I like
It
it.
is. It's a quite. So I don't. It's an excellent paper. I find it almost like too plasticky, like too coated.
Okay. I agree on that.
But it is an excellent paper. And I think if it was actually something that I could use more, I might like it more. But it's such a limited quantity that I sort of feel like I can't use it up a bunch. And mom really likes it, so I sort of just let her use it. I did contact Pelican. I did send Gary a text. Pelican won't even tell Gary who makes the paper.
Oh,
And
why?
Gary's their US rep.
I mean,
So
it is a special thing.
Pelican's keeping this paper under wraps.
Secret. Top secret.
So
well, I have a question about Pelican since we're talking about them and hubs. When do you think, or maybe the registration opens for this year?
I don't know.
It always happens. Last time it happened, was it in May or something? I remember coming.
I think it was April last year because it closed
April.
it closed like beginning of June, I want to say.
Yeah, it was too late. I remember a couple of weeks too late for that party.
June.
1 second. I can search my email. Where did I get the pilot paper? I got it at Bleskit. It doesn't appear to be on their website though, so it might be something you have to call about.
Yeah.
But I did. They probably had another 20. They had a couple stacks of them, and I just grabbed 4. Gmail. Pelican Hub.
I am so guilty of hoarding on paper.
Oh yeah, same. I just realized I never showed you the 2 pens I have on my table.
Oh, show me.
I registered in the middle of May last year. So
But wait, I also have to show
similar
you
this
what
year.
my husband got me for Christmas. He was so excited. He's like, I got you something special. So he got me a pen stand thing.
That's so cute.
I still have the 2022 unopened.
So I have a
And
pen
this
stand.
one, look at this one, and you can see how old am I.
2019. Well, so it's clear why you gave Mom your
The
newest
new
one.
one.
So no, the pilot paper is this. It's just sort of a pad. It's very similar to the Pelican paper in the fact that it's just a pad. But I don't know. I like it.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Show me the pen.
Anyhow, so this is our friend.
Oh my God,
Isabella
you need
Brown.
to put Marina in the video, please.
How did you get Spree ink?
Oh, I had it for a while.
I need to see that. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've had it for a while, and thankfully it's a big thing, so it's not running out. Because like you can't. I think they either ordered it again. It's like out of stock everywhere. So
I desperately want a bottle of it.
and then Penlux is a surprisingly good pen that I've been enjoying. So
the colors.
the only problem is it's not matching. So this is the rose gold trim.
Oh.
But the problem is the nib is yellow. Gold.
Oh, no. Okay.
I mean, it's fine. It's not that bad. It's 1.1 stub.
Somebody's asking what is the ink. It's
I'm texting.
The ink. This one?
Yeah.
Is Berry Brown Ackerman brand. But it's actually Diamine who's making it for them.
It is.
So one of the reasons why I got it a while ago is because I use vintage pens. And so this is one of my safe inks. And another place where it really worked for me. So you might or might not know, I love Santini pens. Santini pens are a little peculiar though, especially when you just start writing with them. It's like you have to activate them. The nibs are handmade. So it takes a little bit to kind of start them going. And so this ink just kind of is my beginner for them.
Flows.
So once you have one session with this ink and like completely use it out, the nib is beautiful. Like you can use any other ink. So yeah. And then my second pen is my Stipula, because I don't know if you guys know, I'm kind of obsessed with Stipula.
Fantastic.
And they are one of my favorite companies, I guess, plural, but the resin is beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah. Number 5.
Nice.
So yeah. All right, that's what I had. Sorry.
Let's that pen stand with all the setup is so beautiful.
Oh God! So he spent a lot of time, apparently, my husband, looking for it. So he's excited. I'm gonna show it. So there we go.
Very nice.
That's fair. It's a good gift.
Yeah.
It is really good. Really fantastic.
I like practical gifts that also fit the hobby.
Yeah.
All
Very,
right,
very
what are people
nice.
saying?
Yes.
Now there's a discussion about Ackerman inks. Are they made by Diamine or not?
They are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I've consulted several people, and one of them is a restorer of older pens, and so that was his basically first suggestion for me, Diamine or Ackerman, because they're made by Diamine.
Yep. And my next pick is Mont Blanc.
Yeah.
The standard line.
Yeah, that's the one I knew about. I just did not know that Ackerman was made by Diamine.
Yeah. There is And if you like want to get really specific, there is some really cool, you can search up pH of fountain pen inks.
Yeah.
And somebody did a whole bunch of pH testing of their ink collection and then plotted it out in a graph. And you can see how like different color categories have different pHs.
Oh,
Mhm.
I need
And
to see that.
Robert Oster is apparently, according to several people, one of the most unpredictable in that category.
Oh,
So, on the note of Robert Oster being unpredictable,
you have.
Shannon brought me a bottle of Polar Vortex because I love the color. It's in a pen. Makes me very happy. Where's the swatch for it? 1 second. There we go.
See that.
1 second. Can I put myself in the middle? I can.
Yes.
Power. There's Robert
Ooh.
Oster Polar Vortex.
Oh,
There's
You
my
like
bottle
it?
of Robert Oster Polar Vortex.
Oh. Interesting.
And my lighting keeps changing. You can't actually tell how purple it is. Oh, you
No,
sort of can at
I
this
can,
angle.
yeah.
Mhm. Did you ever reach out to them, or did Shannon? I did. I haven't heard back yet, but I have reached out to the Atlas team. I suspect, based on what happened the last time I had an issue like this, which was with a bottle of something from Ferris Wheel Press, that
lots of shimmer.
no, this doesn't have any shimmer.
This doesn't have it. No, that
No
was like
shimmer.
a special one.
It's
Yeah, it's
it's
like purple.
the Atlas side. It's the Atlas exclusive, which is very fitting for right now because it's called Polar Vortex. Based on the last time, they are currently potentially pulling some bottles and testing themselves and figuring out how many bottles are the wrong color, because it's what happened with Storied Blue. Birmingham Pen Company and their antique aubergine. I've heard that the Birmingham Pen Company has big issues with consistency between batches.
I actually have heard similar things about what's the brand we never mentioned. Yeah. Anyhow, the crazy blue color brand. You know what I mean?
I know.
Oh,
I know
Noodlers.
exactly what
Yeah,
you mean.
Noodlers. It's very kind of similar. I
Yeah.
think Bria is slightly similar in that respect.
I have a friend. Each of them got a bottle of Birmingham Pen Company Sterling Silver. Each of their bottles is from a different batch. Every one of them.
They have you know, it's really hard when you get a recipe.
I love sterling silver. I've got a sample of it from somebody. I would love a bottle of it. But I'm not supposed to. But like, I don't want to get a bottle of something I don't like. Which swatch is it supposed to be? That's the eternal question, Marcus. Because the reviews online are quite mixed. Recent reviews talk about how much of a lavender gray the color is. Older reviews sort of mention a color like this.
Yeah.
And this is the color I got from Atlas back in August. So
yeah, someone's mentioning the Bay State Blue, and I do understand that some people love it, but trust me, I once bought a pen that was inked only once, and it was inked with that freaking ink, and it took a long time to wash it out.
It's got
super pigmented.
It's just fascinating.
What's wrong? Okay, what's wrong with the color? More blue or more pink? Do you want to dissect this, Marina? Seeing as you
have the eye.
I know what I think is wrong with it. I've already dissected it in a video. The top color is what I think.
The question is what it's supposed to be.
I think it's the top color based on the Atlas's swatch.
Okay, so the top is the real one.
The top is the real one. The bottom is the screwed up color. I have my theory. What's your theory?
Maybe there were like
the bottom one is like.
I think they filled a different color in there. That's all I can think of.
I'm wondering if they switched quantities of red and blue.
That's
Oh,
also true. I mean, because also when they were making it is a big difference, because you
Mhm.
know there's like shortages of things temporarily here and there, so they might have. Yeah, the whole thing is with creators and makers. It's like up to you if you want to inform the public that something has changed, and a lot
yeah.
of people are not doing that.
I
So
think the top is correct. I'm going to. I think the
The
top
top
is
is
correct
correct.
too,
Okay.
based on other people's swatches and Atlas's swatch. I think the top one is correct. Could it be mislabeled? It could be mislabeled. It could be a totally different color. It does match my Decimo very nicely.
Oh,
It is going in my
actually,
Decimo.
yeah.
But it's not what I thought. Shannon, you have a bottle of it. What does yours look like? Have you swatched it? Possibly a dark lilac 2.0 situation. You are like the third person to make that comment about this color across various lives. I don't know that
It's
Atlas
different
wants
color.
a dark lilac situation.
I imagine Shannon not trying out the ink or not going for the ink. Are you
Well,
getting the ink,
the other
Shannon?
thing is,
Shannon.
I didn't order my bottle. We did a group order. Shannon ordered my bottle, so I sent
Oh,
Brandon an email and I went, so Shannon from Couture Pens ordered this for me, and I've just swatched it and like I don't. Here's what it looks like. Something's wrong. Can
go
you
with
just
the
tell
ink.
me which one's correct?
hmm.
And I have not heard back.
Because I think, it's just for the information that some of the ink makers are making all this ink by hand, like they
Mhm.
don't have a big production. Everything is kind of a recipe that they try to follow, but sometimes the conditions are not perfect and they end up with a different mix.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But like when that's all fine, but like there still needs to be a certain level of um when somebody goes to buy something, they expect to get what they purchased.
yeah. But
Um,
in my honest view, I would say that I prefer the lilac. So, like it's
Right.
a very pretty
it
outcome
it
to
is a
have that ink,
it is a very pretty color. It's just not.
not what it's meant to be.
I wanted the ink that goes in this pen,
Mhm.
not an ink for this pen. I have purples.
That's what you got, though.
I got a purple. What I wanted was my lovely muted blue gray.
Yeah,
So we'll see what Atlas says.
I know. If
Yeah,
you
people
want
had
like
like
a lovely muted blue gray, there is a Monteverde ink called Blue Gray, and it's
Yeah.
really beautiful.
I know. I find that their ink, I love their ink in some applications. I find that it does not dry quickly enough
Oh yeah, they are super
on
wet. I
most
agree.
paper, and I smudge. And
Oh,
so
okay.
unless I'm actually like journaling a single page and like leaving it to dry, I need something that dries fast. And the Robert Oster dries fairly fast. So does Ferris Wheel Press, so does Mont Blanc, and so does Sailor.
Yeah.
Like that's why I buy what I buy. But
One ink that you will love because it dries really kind of pretty quick is the Gerben Gris Nuage.
okay.
So that's a pretty good ink. I actually finished one of the.
It's been on my wish list for a while, but I haven't actually
That's
seen it
a
in
pretty
person.
good gray. It's bluish gray. I finished. I kept the bottle because I want to get that. Where is it?
Meanwhile, people have been having like a whole discussion about, the noodlers. People have noodlers, not their favorite. I have it too. I mean, my only favorite is the Stockyard signature, which was like the Droom Google's, I think,
Oh,
special ink, which is a very good brown ink. And that's it.
To be fair, I started my email with. I don't know what I started my email with, but I did explain that like I didn't buy it, you bought it for me, but like you dropped it off at my house. Like we'd done a group buy, and like I had swatched it out live, and like people were asking, and I just wanted to make sure that I had the right color before I did more video content on it. And now we're talking about it before I respond to it, before he gets back to me. But sorry,
I
Brendan.
cannot find the ink.
No.
I cannot
Well,
find the ink.
question, because someone also, Marcus says possible Dark Lilac 2.0 kind of situation, like with the
Yeah.
That like wait, no.
maybe. I don't know if it's as famous though, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. But so somebody also says Robert Oster is
I think they've been around for a while, right?
I would be giving Birmingham Pen Company is quite small. It's like a 3-person team.
Right. It's a family.
They're newer.
Mm-hmm.
Oster has a Canadian distributor.
I think they're closer to KYZ, maybe possibly in size.
Yeah, so Oster and
Ooh.
KYZ have the same Canadian distributor. I struggle with it because I do have a bottle of a Ferris wheel press color that should not have made it onto the floor. It was a blue, it was supposed to be blue, and the ink in the bottle was a green. Like it shouldn't have been sold. People were talking about it on Reddit.
They mixed the label, I think.
Yeah. And Atlas ended up replacing the bottle. Like that happened in a but
yeah,
it's harder to justify with companies like Ferris Wheel Press and Oster than it is with someone small like Birmingham Pen Company.
Yeah.
We keep losing you. Let me hotspot then.
Also, someone asked for the price for Stockyard. Possibly,
Maybe the microphone is running out of battery.
I bought it some time ago, the Stockyard, and I bought it, I think they had like a fountain pen day sale, which was 20 off. But yeah, I think it's probably is about right, Bailey.
Yeah.
Well, the mic was charged. think the mic has officially died.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was still on, but sound was not happening anymore. I think Lav number 1 has officially died. Just audio, no video.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can you two see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I see 0.
I can see you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Whatever. I can't.
Yeah. I got
probably
audio.
upload fine, you know, after the fact. Like if people want to rewatch, this is gonna be
Great.
fine.
Yeah. I can see you.
Fantastic. People can see me. People can hear me.
Rip.
Yeah, rip mic, because this is the only mic that connects to my laptop. Oh,
You need to recharge.
No, because Kari, the blue light was still on. It still got a battery.
Oh.
No.
It's just dead.
No.
I have 20 questions to film tomorrow.
No.
Quick, they should sponsor your mic.
Yeah, I sent Dad a text last week, and I went, I think I might need to borrow your mics for Chicago. And now I'm about to send him a text when we're done, going, I might need to borrow
a new one.
As soon as you don't need them.
Look what I have here on my desk.
Ooh, I gave you that.
Yeah, actually, I am ready to do something with that ink. I have been exploring with some ink messes. Not ink messes, they are purposely, that I like to explore with inks and see the shapes of the ink and then sketch over it. So
that is Phoenix, which was originally in my collection, but now is
in my collection.
Your collection. Yeah.
It's a very nice shade of red.
I just had too many reds that were similar to it. Like, I think I would have liked Fairy or Unicorn. Like, I still want to try those in person. But
I want to test out this ink because everybody keeps saying that it's safe to ink the fountain pen, but I want to see if the pigmentation is too strong or not.
It's
Which one?
I've had it in pens.
Yeah.
There's no
Okay.
issue.
I'm sorry, I missed out. Which ink are you talking about?
The octopus.
Oh, interesting.
I would say it's got less than
That's why I have the deep pen here.
it's less pigmented than or it's-
Ooh. Curious question. Any ideas to improve my Navalur pen?
what nib size is on it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
There are lots of fun things, like you can get almost anything ground into something else.
Yes.
I would also try flossing.
Yeah, flossing. You know, sometimes, let me tell you about Navalur, because of the mechanism, sometimes you just need to push the air out of the pen in order to get the pen going.
That's true. I would also try, if you haven't tried, like if there's actually like issues with it writing, I would totally clean it. Like take it apart, clean it, do all that.
Yeah.
I don't know that they fit Yovo size 6 nibs. Like technically they're they label in-house nibs.
It's Yovo, I think.
But it might be Yovo.
It is Yovo.
Is it Yovo?
A lot of times they say in-house.
Let me show you something. Now that I have it, we're talking about inks. I have a pen stand that River City gave me that you can put the ink sample here. So you do your
is that
pen.
3D printed?
And then it's a pen rest that goes in a diagonal, so you can put it on the table. Let me show you. So you put it like that on the table. I forgot to show you that. That was so cool.
I would also say that getting people like Kirk Spear have an entire section on their website on all the grinds that you can get done to nibs and what the nib size will be with that grind on various sizes of nibs. I got Matthew Chen to do a mini stub on an extra fine. Which
very nice.
Writing experience.
That's a good one.
Sorry.
I will mute myself for a second.
You can totally change the writing experience of the pen with nibs.
Yeah, someone suggested micromesh. I would be fine with micromesh with Navalur.
Yeah,
there are pens I will not use it on, but yeah, that one is fine.
And it's again, it's a Navalur. It's not mini stub. Yes, a mini stub. So a mini stub is when you take a fine or a medium and an extra fine or a fine and turn it into a stub. It is my favorite grind. Let me.
Yeah, and someone also had this kind of experience with Diplomat Aero, and they're gonna have it tuned. So this happens.
Diplomat Aero for me, it's one of the best steel nib I have. It works really, really well, but I don't know why. That pen, I didn't floss, I didn't tune, I didn't anything. It was just great out of the box. And you know, there are some times that people have struggled with Diplomat, but not in my case. I think I got really lucky with that.
So William says, Doodlebutt and I are trying to figure out what is going on with my Delta celluloid stub right now. I think it's a hair of baby's bottom. Yeah, I wonder. You know, I have not really had the best experience with Delta pens.
That is a mini stub.
Ooh.
I know.
Oh, I tried that pen when I went to your house.
The thing is, mini stub has become my favorite grind. Like, it is just, it makes my writing look so pretty. I can't write with a stub to save my life, but a mini stub makes my writing look so pretty. I have two. I've got one on an Esterbrook nib, and I've got one on a pilot, not a pilot, a Pelican nib. And there's so many pens that I'd like to get it done to.
Is that a Diplomat Orchid ink?
No, that is Ferris Wheel Press Pink Eraser.
Oh, pink eraser.
Because I'm running it dry until I can put pop pink in it.
You know, you can run dry doing ink splatters.
I know. I just like it's been a very busy week.
Yeah, I agree. There is also, if you got like Esterbrook.
Yeah, Esterbrook. I was about to say, if you
journaler nib. I do have a journaler's nib. It's one of my favorite nibs. It's a little bit bigger than the mini stub, but it's smaller than the 1.1. So yes. I really like that.
The journaler and the scribe are both on my list of Esterbrook specialty.
Oh, the scribe is good too.
And I don't know if they have it on the website, but currently I know the Sweet Dreams are like on the big discount.
They are on the website. They are 20% off, and you can stack on a 10% off affiliate code on top of that. So you're actually getting 30%.
Yep. It's a good deal. And I think they might have a deal for that one.
Yeah. So if you want, they've only got the palladium left. But if you want the palladium, it's in stock. Do the Nibmeister's grind. So you can get a journaler grind from somebody else. Yes, Shannon, thank you. Because they only gave me a 10% code.
Shannon, the code.
Use Shannon's code if you want to shop at Esterbrook.
Yes.
And you'll get 10%, she'll get 10%, as I think how it works. Do the Nib Masters grind journalers, or is there that specific to SD? So you can buy specialty grinds from Esterbrook on Esterbrook Nibs. That's what I did for my mini stub. But you can also, I got one of my other mini stubs ground onto a pen from a different nib person, because Kirk Spear does the Esterbrook mini stub. But Matthew Chen ground my Pelican. Some are more specific to specific nib people.
Yeah.
Like there was one that started with a T that I can't remember what it was that isn't on the website anymore. What?
The Tanto?
Yeah.
That's my favorite nib of all times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kirk Spears does that nib. Actually, that's a specialty that he has.
Yeah. And so there are like specialties to different nib people, but like for the most part, especially for a journaler where you're really just getting a medium turned into a stub, like it's not, I would say it's a fancy name for not a super complicated grind.
Yeah.
Right. I just got my Imperial nib as well, so I'll have to see what's up with that.
I want the mini stub. Shut up.
If I was being really picky about my architect, I think I would probably go to Kirk, because he has his tester architects in 5-degree increments.
Oh.
And so
I haven't tried that.
Get them at the Atlas Sidewalk sale.
Okay.
I got to try them there. So he's got architects in 5-degree increments, so you can test various angles and figure out what you like best. Pen Realm is Kirk's company name.
Yeah, Pen Realm. Maybe I can. Can I write a comment there? No.
I can type. Though I think I just spelled it wrong.
Yeah. REA.
Yeah.
It's a real, yeah. It's missing one.
Round.
Yeah. Oh, welcome to my life, Brandon.
Wow, look at that! 2 hours,
Yes.
man. We
2
wrapped
hours.
2 hours.
2 hours on a non-topic show. Look at that
I
go.
know.
Yeah.
I imagine I can find. Yes. So at Chicago, you'll discover that almost everyone has tester pens. I think
Yeah.
everyone but Annabelle has tester pens.
Well, but Annabelle, she travels light.
Yes. Annabelle travels light and like does.
And then the tools never arrive on time for her to work.
But then she gets to hang out with us and we have a great time.
Yes. She's so amazing.
I travel to a pen show. I've got a whole bunch of spare nibs. I've shown the tray before. I will pack spare nibs from that tray, but
Yeah.
I will also pack pens that I think I might want work done too.
Yeah.
Because I am more likely to take pens that, like, I sort of go back and forth a bunch about getting work done to pens. I'm far less picky about it when it's spare nibs that I can just pop into a pen.
Yeah.
But also, like, you can get fun things done with a lot smaller than a broad.
Yeah. Well, you can get smoother, you can get wetter, you can get it tuned, you can. I think the nib meisters will actually look at the pen that you bring with a different point of view. You know, like they will look at your writing, and they will ask you what you need in the pen. And then if you want a special grind, you can try special grinds, but it doesn't mean that it will be like that size. It could be a little bit smaller or more to the liking of the person specifically. That's kind of a boutique of nibs when you go to a nib meister.
Like I have a custom ground Kaweco sport nib. Like, it's sort of ridiculous to have a $70 grind on a $20 nib, but it brings a great deal of joy.
It works really well.
Pen,
Yeah.
even though like the pen costs far less than like the nib grind.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But I've sort of got like a running list of potential pen ideas.
Yeah.
We'll see what pans out. I would say I'm pretty basic in my nib grinds. There are lots of pen YouTubers that have some very fun nib grinds. Shannon got a Waverly nib from Kirk this week.
Those are good. I have one. Yep.
Oh, you do?
There are.
Yeah, I do. I bought a pen off someone, and it was already kind of there.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Ooh, that sounds like a fun idea. So I regret not getting last year's pen show nib for Chicago.
Yeah.
I might get this year's.
Then there is a comment about Marcus being close to Chicago to go try and
yeah, and so's William.
The show. Yeah,
far away. Like,
Nice.
honestly,
you know,
I think
there is going to be a big meetup at the Chicago Pen Show if we get all these people together.
I think Kirk opens his page 2 weeks before the show. So you'll find appointment slots listed on. Really, you need to be following people's Instagrams.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Instagram you get
when pen show slots are available, and then the pen show will reshare that. But they tend to be, I would say, about 2 weeks before the show.
Well, Annabelle was like a month, I think.
Anna's already done her LA spots.
Yeah.
Okay. What's his pen show nib? So Kirk Spear, I don't have one, but he does engravings on nibs. And his Philly one this year was, I think, the Love and then Philly 2024. No, it's 2025. Philly 2025, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
And he does a nib for every show. Sort of like how Rickshaw does a pen sleeve.
Yeah, 10 sleeves for each show. There is a funny comment that I need to mention. Bailey says, "Gah, Instagram." Okay, fine. I will get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I don't show
I
much
get it.
either.
Yeah.
Yes. Instagram is really just for work, and that's it.
I like Instagram. I think it's a platform that I actually got to know many pen people there, thanks to Instagram. And then now YouTube, it's kind of getting the crowd.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying YouTube. Like I've been working with some short videos and stuff like that. It's fun.
Very nice.
On the note of one, I like YouTube too. YouTube's fun. On the note of short videos, something has finally overtaken Drew Brown. Questions, because I have a short currently that has had 42,000 views on a cola ring dipper.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, you can never predict, right?
You can never predict on YouTube. Did I think a cola ring dipper was going to be my most viewed short by a significant percentage? No.
Right. Yeah, it's funny. I've so far I've tested different times in a day and like different content. That's very surprising.
It is. YouTube's fun though.
Yes.
So.
All right, you guys. So what's up next for us?
Valentine's Day pens in 2 weeks. Collection of pinks, purples, and reds, pens and inks.
Yeah.
Gives us some time to curate our favorites. And I've texted Bryce. We'll see what he says.
Yeah, I will text again to remind him about our when we talked about having him at the show, and yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes, you've been frugal.
Alexandra, third video. You've been busy.
I've been meaning to watch your video with Mom on Estabrook.
Well, I, when we were live, I got a text from somebody at Estabrook that went, "You didn't floss the nib before," or "Gah, the nib was scratchy," and I'm like, But
I'll have to watch.
It was in the Gold Rush, and the Gold Rush pens have been on the shelf for a very long time, and I just made an assumption that like a little speck of dust has probably settled in like I think they came out in like 2021. And then we did pen tray inserts because all the Quality Street Treat tins now have pen trays in them. And that was live.
There's a question about thank you. No, that's moved to the 5th of February.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's doing a 20 questions. We're filming it in the next couple days. I don't own one.
I have seen one in person. My pen club meeting.
Julia here has a couple, including one that was made with her wedding bouquet.
Yeah, that was special.
And so she has quite a good video on them if you want to go take a look.
I will go.
Oh, and Couture Pens has one. I am so excited to sit down and talk to him. There are so many makers were suggested. And the really fun thing was some of the makers that were suggested I was already in talks with to have during 20 questions. But I'm very excited to talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah, and both
one of the Appleboom the other day. Yeah, I know.
And you too. You were there on Appleboom too. So
Ooh, I was with the Appleboom.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I watched that.
That was last week. They are co-hosting this month with Lori So Lori and Joost will be co-hosting for this month. And then they invited me to talk about the plans for the future. Like I like journaling, and my thing is about planning and journaling, all that stuff. And we talk about it, but me, I went out of the conversation many times.
Yeah, no,
I
I
will-
would suggest you guys watch it if you haven't seen it. It's a lot of fun with you because you show off your journal.
Yeah. So it was fun actually to get to speak, but let me tell you something about Joost. He kept it on time. It was like boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, done.
He's been
1
at
hour.
it for a while, so he knows what's up.
Ah,
Meanwhile, we're here for 2 hours and
thank you,
10 minutes.
Marcus.
Again, it's not our longest show.
Yeah.
No sympathy for the people.
Yeah.
The
And
people
who knows?
signing up for on a Wednesday night.
Who
Wednesday
knows? You
night,
might have
I
like a
have to
strike
go
show.
work tomorrow, and I still have jet lag from all this pen show life.
All right. Well, anything else we need to discuss?
Same, Bailey. Yes.
Let me know what day I should join. Shannon, just like here, do you want me to grab
Yeah.
a magical book?
Sometime
Yes.
we can hang out.
Do you want a date in March, Shannon? Or if Bryce says no, you can have February. That sounds really bad, but like,
Yeah, we need Shannon here. Shannon, come here.
Yeah.
Does
Oh, I can
work for you, Shannon?
finally host lives on my channel, so I should do that. We can all hang out there too.
Yeah.
You mean you don't want as much info as I can get out of Bryce on the Pixie Live on the 19th?
Yeah.
All right. Well, otherwise, you can have the 5th.
Okay, so the 5th for Shannon.
Yeah.
The week after that is my birthday. Oh,
Ooh.
so older person here.
You're not that old, man. We're all kind of. I'm perfectly in the middle from all of you.
I'm
we
the mama
represent
here.
good generations, you know.
Yeah, we have. Well, actually, Alexandra could be easily my kid. Both of you could be my kids.
I don't know, man. I'm in my late 30s, so I probably could be a younger sister. But
No, you could be my
I could be a kid.
You could be my kid.
Oh man. Well, we represent. That's the good thing about our show. Like, we have all points of views. There you go.
There you go.
Shannon would like to come on with Bryce. I almost feel like
Oh,
I'm mean to Bryce, but like also
might be a lot of excitement for Bryce.
he deals with us at pen shows. He can deal with us live.
Oh, I think so. He has many experiences with his last trip. He went with his beautiful wife traveling around the world and went up north to Iceland. Oh, we can have him talking about that trip for hours, but we want to talk about pens too.
We can talk about pens. Like, I love him because 9 out of 10 times he's like, here's this thing I'm not supposed to show you, but you can't tell anyone about it. And it's like, great. It's super cool. And I can't talk about it. And then
We
by
cannot talk about it.
the time I got home from the Atlas sidewalk sale, the thing I couldn't talk about was sold out everywhere. And it didn't
Yeah.
matter. All right.
All right, guys.
So
Anything-
Bailey says we're a great mix. So I think that's a good way of, putting it.
Oh my God, Bailey, I love you.
Yay.
All right.
Excellent.
All right, you guys.
Right.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
hanging
joining
out.
us.
Bye.
Bye.